Well, in yesterday's class, we had dealt with quadratic equations. We have also seen cubical and equation of the fourth power. And the important thing that we have noted was a quadratic equation always has two roots. Yes or no? Do we remember it? A quadratic equation has got two solutions or two values of x for which it is correct. Now, instead of calling them as solutions, we can also call them by a different name. We can call them as roots. Roots is the name that we use for solutions. So, for example, and we had done this example, we had seen that if x square is 4, the value of x is plus or minus 2. Now, you can write this as like this: x is plus 2 and x is minus 2. This x is equal to plus 2 and x is equal to minus 2 are known as the roots of the equation. Do we understand this? This is known as the roots of the equation. So this is the term that we are going to use. Roots of a quadratic equation is nothing but the number of solutions or the number of the values of x that we get by solving this equation. The equation that we saw yesterday were quite simple. X square by x square is equal to 4 or x square is equal to 9. These are pretty straightforward and they don't require much of a different understanding. What we are going to do today is to see a more general form of quadratic equation, and we will see how those equations are solved. Well, there are different ways in which that can be solved, but we will try to understand one particular way using a formula that they can be solved. Are we ready for that? Everyone ready to see what a general equation looks like? I guess you know that this formula, but still I'll go through this. So here is what the formula looks like. Here is what a normal quadratic equation looks like. You can see on your sheet, on your screen, and I've sent this sheet to you. I hope you will be getting that sheet. Yes, Akhil. Akhil has come up with an answer that a general quadratic equation, Akhil, well done, looks like this: ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. This is a general equation of second degree. I told you, Bhavani, what is a degree? The highest power of x is the degree. This is an equation of second degree, and the equation of second degree is known as a quadratic equation. The equation looks like this: ax square plus bx plus c. Here this a is known as the coefficient of x square. Whatever number we have with x square, that is known as the coefficient of x square. B is known as the coefficient of x. I hope you must be knowing this. And x is the constant term. And c is the constant term. X is the variable whose values we have to find out. And remember, those values are known as the roots of the equation. And how many roots of equation we shall have? Tell me, how many roots of equation we'll have here? How many roots, how many solutions we'll have here? How many values of x we will get from here for the quadratic equation? 2, sir. That is correct, sir. 2. Okay. We will get 2 values. Yes, Bhanu. So I'll give you a minute to note down this general formula, write down the meaning of the terms, and also write down that you will have 2 roots, 2 solutions, 2 values of x. I'll give you a minute to do that. Good morning, Bhumika. You are late in the class. Try to be try to be regular and punctual in the class. Uh, normally, I'm here 3 or 4 minutes before the class begins. So I expect the same from you. Once you have noted this down, whosoever has noted this down, please raise your hands so that I can move ahead with the class. So whosoever has written this, please raise your hands so that I can move ahead. Well done. It looks like all of you have noted it down. So time for me to move ahead, and we move ahead. Now, how are we going to find the values of x? It is quite simple. We have this simple formula. How many of you have seen this formula? X is equal to minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. It looks like most of you have gone through this formula. That is good. If you have gone through this formula, this is how straight away you can calculate the value of x. And as you can see, how many values of x are you going to get? I've shown it on the big screen. How many values of x are you going to get? Which is the first value of x and which is the second value of x? Do you see two values of x here? How many of you see two values of x? How will I get the first value of x? How will I get the second value of x? Can anyone tell me? Two values plus or minus terms is what Akhil is saying. Well done, Akhil. That is correct. So what you've got to do is the first value of x can be achieved by taking the positive sign. If you take the positive sign of this equation, which I've just shown it to you, so the first value of x, if I may write the first value of x, I hope all of you are there with me. If I write the first value of x, then let me call it as x1, the red value. X1 will be equal to minus b plus root over b square minus 4ac. Everything is under root divided by 2a. This is the first root of this equation or the first value of x. It is achieved by having the positive sign. Do we understand this, everyone? Yes, I hope you understand this. Then the question is, how do I get the second value of x? Well, if you understand how you get the first value, you can understand how you get the second value. To get the second value, you take the minus sign and the second value of x, let me call it as x2. This x2 will be equal to minus b minus beta root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. The first value is taking the positive sign. The second value you will get is by taking the negative sign. Please raise your hands so that I understand that you follow this. Plus will give me the first value and minus will give me the second value. Well done. And please note this down. I'll give you time. All of you who have noted it down, please raise hand so that I can see. I don't know what's your speed, so I must get used to that speed. So if you have noted this down, beta, please raise your hand so that I can move ahead with the next thing. Okay, it looks like all of you have noted this down. Well, there is one more way which I will show you this formula so that it becomes more evident to you. This is the way you can write this formula. Well done. I lower all your hands. This is the way you can write this formula. I think seeing this in this way might look more complicated one. So I'll just show it to you. If you want, you can note this down. But it looks very complicated. The simple form is minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Now, to understand how you use this, I will give you a question and I hope that you can solve this question with what we have studied. So here comes the question, problem number 1 from your sheet. Solve the equation 10x square minus 2x minus 27x plus 5 equal to 0. Akhil, you can use your own methods, that splitting of the middle term and multiplication or whatever. See, this is not a class of maths that we are going to do, beta. I'm just going to tell you one way in which way you can just get the answer very quickly. I'm just telling you this way because the term that you see, b square minus 4ac, that term will be required in physics, b square minus 4ac. That b square minus 4ac must be greater than 0. I require that term, and that is why I have just shown you one way of doing it. Doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you do it correctly. Every one of us understand that. I cannot tell you all the ways because this is maths, and this is not a class of maths. This is a class of physics. So I'll just tell you what I require in physics to solve the question, and I'll give you that method, Akhil, and everyone, which I find the easiest one and which I might require in physics. So here on this note, you have the equation right in front of your eyes, and I'm waiting for your answers on the same. I hope you can solve this for whatever way you feel good. All, if any of you has solved the question, you can tell me the answer. Bhanu has come up with an answer. Bhanu, 5 by 2 and 1 by 5. Please uh, put your answers in the group. And if you have to send it on chat, beta, do not, okay, Bhumika, Bhanu, right? Bhanu has got an answer. Okay, if you have to send a chat note, beta, send it on my ID from which I am taking the class. I have two IDs. If you send it on the other ID means the ID which has my photograph. Do not send it on that ID because I'll have to look back into my iPad for that. Send it on the ID from which I am broadcasting this class, whose camera is on, does not have a picture of my. Send your messages and chats on that ID. That would be better. I just got one answer. What about the others? No one has an answer. Bhanu has given me an answer. And Bhanu, 5 by 2 and 1 by 5 is the correct answer, beta. I'll give you time. I'll give you a minute. I'll give you time. Don't worry. For all of you to solve this question. How many of you are trying to solve this question? Can I have raised hands? Yes, sir, we are trying. We need more time. This might be the first time that you are getting to know this equation. Don't worry. I'll give you time. Only 6 people are trying. What about the others? Varun, Pradhan, Vamshi, Sophia, Ram, Zaid, Vivek. Anu has given me the answer. Sri, Kaushik, Surya, Bhumika, beta, Dinesh, Bhavani, Satyabham, Abhilash. Are you trying the question, beta? Well done. Well, if you want a hint, I will show you the hint so that it might help you in solving this. So the hint is this. It's very simple. The hint is very simple. The value of A is 10. The value of B is minus 27. I hope you can see this. And the value of C is 5. You already know the formula, bacha. You can calculate the value of X from here. I'm waiting patiently for your answers from everyone. And I hope that all of you raise your hands and tell me, sir, we have got the answer. I'm waiting for you to give me the answers. Well done, Jamuna. I think your answer is correct. 5 by 2 and 1 by 5 seems to be the correct answer. Akhil also got the same answer. Well done, Akhil. Well done. It is not a very simple calculation. For those who are doing for the first time, you might get confused with terms. You might get confused what is A, what is B. Don't worry. It happens with everyone. Other students are able to solve them quickly, maybe because they have already done this before. Don't worry about them. You will become as fast as your colleagues, as your classmates. This is what I can assure you. Just have some patience. Yes, Vashita, you are also correct. See, everyone is getting answers. Just need to calculate it and do it patiently so that, bacha, you do not make a mistake. Waiting for more answers. I've got 4 or 5 people who have given me the answer. What I'll do is show you how it is done, and I hope that you can do the next one on your own. So here is how you have to do it, and I have the solution. So I'll just show it to you rather than writing. So the formula for x, as you all know, is you got to get the root. You have to put the formula minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. We have already discussed this formula. Just put the values here. The value of b is minus 27. I put it here. I put it here. Might take some time for you to calculate it because 27 ka square you have to calculate. It's a test of your patience. It's a test of your calculating skill. Minus 4ac, a is 10 and c is 5. Once you calculate this b square minus 4ac ka root, it will come as 23. You might have gotten stuck there. That is why I had given you the first question like this. So it will come as 23. That was just a test of whether you know how to find out square root. Do you remember those square roots? Trust me, such a difficult question may not come because in physics, they are not testing your maths. They are not testing your calculations. I just gave you for that. You wake up, morning time, wake up. That was a wake up call. So, as I said, you get the value of x1 by taking the positive sign. You get the value of x2 by getting the negative sign. By using the negative sign, the value of x1 is coming as 5 by 2 and the value of x2 is coming as 1 by 5. Jahangir, you have to calculate b square minus 4ac and then you will have to take the root. So basically you have to calculate under root of minus 27 square. I will not go on and calculate this. I will leave it for you to calculate. Minus 4 into 10 into 5. You have to calculate this. You will get a value from here, and then you have to take the root of that value, and trust me, you will get 23. Jahangir, can you do it for me? And please send the message on the other ID. Becomes difficult for me to see this. First, you have to calculate 27 ka square. Then you have to subtract 200 from there. You take the root of that thing, you will get 23. And the final answer that you will get will be 5 by 2 and 1 by 5. Yes, Saket, that is correct. The next question that I'm going to give you is going to be simpler one in terms of calculations, and I hope all of you can do this. Can I have raised hands from everyone that, sir, we have understood this, including Jahangir, including everyone? This question may have required you to use a lot of calculations that was done on purpose so that you wake up. Jahangir, are you there? Do you understand this? Kaushik, Sophia, Bhargav, Vamshi, Varshita, Varun, everyone is there, right? So then now I will take you to the next question, and it is going to be a much simpler version because I don't want you to get stuck in the calculation part. I just want you to get the answer quickly so that we can move ahead quickly. So here is the next question, and I hope all of you are going to solve this. You have to find the roots of this equation. These are the type of questions that will come in physics. I hope you can solve this. The equation is pretty simple. X square plus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. And I'll give you time to solve this. This will not require much of difficult calculations, much simpler ones. And I hope you all can do this. Can I have some raise hand that we are trying to do this and we'll do it? Yes, great. So try this and I'll give you time. Sophia is already there with an answer. Sophia, 1 and minus 2. 1 and minus 2. Okay, let us see. Yamuna is getting minus 1 and minus 2. Okay. So 1 and 2 are coming. Let's see. Don't worry. You'll get the answer. This is simple maths. Nothing complicated here, beta. Nothing complicated here. Minus 1, minus 2. Varshita also minus 1, minus 2. So I'm now getting minus 2, minus 1, Bhanu. So now I'm getting some answers which are consistent. I'm waiting for all of you. Waiting for all of you. Without any bias, everyone should give me the answer for this. Everyone is giving me the answer. Rama is also there. Bhargav, good one. Please send a message on the other ID, beta. Yes, Bhargav. Yes, Sri, on this ID, not the other one. Other one is difficult for me to see. Satyabham on the other ID, beta. Yes, this ID. Yes, Akhil. Minus 2 and minus 1. You can send it to everyone. If you don't find my ID, send it to everyone. I will see that. Don't worry. So how to do this? What about the rest of the people? What about the rest of the people? Are we trying? Jahangir, Saifuddin, Zaid, Rama, Saket, Sophia. Are we trying? So, Saket, send it on the other ID, beta, not this ID. So, what was the question that I asked? The question was very simple. Let me see. Let me solve it for you. The question was, and anyone would like to help me in solving this question can unmute himself. Who will like to help me? Vivek. Yes, Vivek. Tell me how to solve this.
Sir, first we have to take A value as 1, sir.
Okay. There is no coefficient here. So the value of A is 1, remember?
Yes,
B is
sir.
equals to 3.
Yes, sir. C equals to 2.
B is equal to 3 and C equal to 2. Well done. That is the first step. I hope all of you have done this first step. What is the next step, bacha?
Sir, X equals to
X is equal to
minus B plus or minus
plus or minus
square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a.
We'll put the formula minus b is equal x is equal to minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. What is the next step, bacha?
Yes, sir. Sir, now b equals to minus 3.
B is equal to 3, beta. So minus b becomes minus 3, right?
Minus 3 plus or minus
Plus or minus
square root of 3 square minus 4 into 1 into 2
4 into 1 into 2. That is correct. Divided by
by 2 into 1,
1
sir.
into 2.
2 into 1. That is correct.
Yes,
Now
sir.
this is
Minus
simple
3
calculation. Please go
minus-
ahead.
Sir, that value root 1, sir. Answer 1.
This is 9
Minus
minus 8
by,
divided by 2.
yes, sir.
So it is minus 3
Plus
plus
or
or
minus
minus 1 by 2.
Yes,
So
sir.
we can find the value of x1 from here.
Yes, sir.
What is
X
x1?
minus 3 plus 1 by 2
That becomes how much?
minus 2 by 2. Sorry,
Minus 2 by minus 2 by 2 is 1 minus 1. How do I get the value of x2?
minus 3 minus 1 by 2
Minus 3 minus 1 by 2. How much it comes?
minus 2.
This is minus 2. This is minus 1. Well done, Vivek. You have done it bilkul correctly and great. Thank you. So, did we all understand this? How many of you could not understand this? Please raise your hands. You can ask your doubts. Banu? Yes? Oh, Banu has understood this. Anyone who has not understood how this is done, please raise hands. Jahangir, did you understand how it is done?
Yes, sir.
Pakka? No doubts?
No doubts.
Okay, then can you assure me that you would be able to do the next question on your own? Yes or no? I'll give you one more question for everyone to do it on their own. Are we ready for that question, bacha? So here comes the next one. And I hope that all of you will give me the answers. Let me just put it. This is better. This question I'll give you that does not have much calculation. And here comes the calculation. Here comes the question. X square minus 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. Start your question, start your solution, and shoot your answers. I'll be waiting for answers from each of the participants. Whosoever is there should give me their answer. Right or wrong, doesn't matter. What matters is that you are trying, and trials never fail. So I'll wait for you to give me your answers.
Hello, sir.
Yes, beta.
Sir, I got roots 1 plus root 2, comma 1 minus root 2.
Okay. You can put your answers on the chat so that I can see them. Because if all of you start talking at the same time, I would not be able to hear anything. So you can raise your hands. I will ask you. Okay, beta? So I'm waiting for answers from everyone. I'll give you time to everyone. No one is getting any answers. Saket has got an answer. 1 plus or minus root 2. Looks good. Satyabham has also got the answer. Satyabham 1 plus root 2, 1 minus root 2. x1 and x2. Well done, bacha. Well done. Vivek, well done. You're also getting the answer. Good one. If everyone send their chat on everyone, so everyone can see everyone's answer, that is good. Teamwork is what I call this. Teamwork. You can succeed by teamwork. But here I can only see 3 or 4 answers. Why are the rest of the students? Are you trying, bacha? Trials are important, not the result. Trials are important. Try. Try. Ram, good one. You got the answer. Well done. What about the rest? Wake up. Yamuna, Varun, Varshita, Vamshi, Sri, Sophia, Saket. Saket has given an answer. Zaid, Saifuddin, Jahangir, Manu, Kaushik, Surya, Bhumika, Dinesh, Akhil, Bhavani. Yes, Sri, you are correct. Satyabam. Satyabam has given the answer, I think. Yes. Are everyone trying? Is everyone trying? Saifuddin, x1 is 3 and x2 is 1. Saifuddin's answer is different from everyone else. Well done, well tried. Bhavani has given me the answer as well. Shri has given answer as 1 and 1. Akhil also giving answer as 1 and 1. So now I have some democratic answers. Not everyone is giving the same answer. That's correct. That's how democracy works. Everyone should tell their answer and not copy from anyone else. Surya is also giving me 1 and 1. So there are some serious things. Dinesh, now everyone is coming with 1 and 1. Previously, everyone was coming with 1 and root 2. Now everyone is coming 1 and 1. Okay, things have changed. Tide has changed. I still wait for 1 more minute to wait for the others to come in with their answers. Whosoever has got their answer, you can check your answer also by putting it in the equation. Saket has bounced back with the same answer, 1 plus minus root 2. Okay, now is the time that I take the suspense off and I solve this question myself. Who is going to help me this time around? Please raise hands. Vivek, I've given you a chance, so I'll give someone else chance this time. Apart from Vivek, who will help me in solving this? Vivek, I've given you one chance. If no one comes, then I'll give you a chance. Anyone?
A is equals to 1.
Please raise hands so that I can ask you to unmute yourself and help me in solving this problem. No one wants to help me? Again, Vivek comes. Okay, Vivek, you are the only one who is helping me out. So tell me how to do this.
Hello, sir.
Yes, beta.
Yes, sir. Sir, first A value equals to 1, sir.
A is equal to 1. The coefficient of x squared is 1. Okay.
Yes, sir. B equals to minus 2, sir.
Here B is equal to minus 2. That
C
is
equals
correct.
to minus 1.
Minus 1.
C is equal to minus 1. Great. What is the next step?
Yes, sir. Now x equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a.
B square minus 4ac by 2a. That is correct.
Now minus of minus 2 plus or minus.
So minus of minus 2. B is minus 2. That is correct. Plus or minus
Square root of minus 2 whole square.
minus 2 whole square minus.
Minus 4 into 1 into minus 1.
No. Yes. 4 into 1 into minus 1. Even I got confused. Correct. Divided by
A, 2 into 1.
A is 1. Sorry. So
Yes,
divided by 2 into 1 is 2. Correct.
Yes.
Next step.
Next step, x equals to 2 plus or minus square root of 4 plus 4.
4 plus 4 is what we are getting. Minus 4 into minus 1 is plus 4.
Yes, sir. By 2.
Right.
That equals to 2 plus or minus square root of 8.
Square root of 8 divided by 2.
Now that implies 2 plus or minus square root of 2 into 4. 2 root 2. Yes, sir.
Yes,
By 2.
2 root 2. So basically, you can write this 8 as
2 into 4.
2 multiplied by 4, yes. And then
4.
you can take 1 4 outside. 1 4 outside becomes root over 4, that becomes 2. So this becomes 2 root 2. Do we understand this, everyone? This is one step that is somewhat different here, and that is why this question was here, to
Yes, sir.
understand how this is done. What next, beta?
Sir, x1 equals to 2 plus 2 root 2 by 2. Sir,
2
here,
plus,
yes, sir. Sir, here we have to take out common, sir. 2 we have to
yes.
take.
So you can take out common. So it becomes 1 plus root 2.
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no?
Same like x2 also, sir. 1 minus root 2
2 minus 2 root 2
by 2.
divided by 2, and I will get 1 minus root 2. So these are the answers, beta, and this is how it is done. Check out the steps. If you have done a mistake, and try to find your mistakes. I'll give you a minute to note this down before moving on to the last question, which I'll do for practice. Does everyone understand this? Can I have raised hands from everyone that we have understood this, sir? You might have done a mistake in calculating here and there. Maybe in place of 1, I have put -1, or in place of -1, I have put 1. A simple mistake could vary your answer from very correct to very wrong. Doesn't matter. It happens. It happens to me. It happens to everyone. You have to be patient. Have faith that you know how to do this. How many times will you make a mistake? Once, twice, thrice. But remember, trust me, fourth or fifth time, you will land up with the correct answer. I'll give you a minute. Go through these steps. Anyone having any doubt, I'm lowering all hands. Anyone having any doubt can raise their hands. I'll ask you. Yes, Jahangir, tell me. Jahangir, Sophia? Sophia, tell me what is the doubt. Oh, Sophia has gone. Jahangir, tell me what is the doubt. Unmute yourself. Tell me what is the doubt. Do you have a doubt, Jahangir?
Yes, sir.
What
Sir,
is the
how
doubt?
we got 2 root 2, sir?
Uh, root over 8. I showed it to you. 8 can be written as 4 multiplied by 2. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So it is under root of 4 multiplied by 2. I can take 4 common. Yes or no? And I take the root of 4 when I take it outside. So root of 4 becomes 2, and 1, 2 remains inside the root. If you don't still understand this, you can write the answer as root over 8. That is also not a problem. Root over 8. 8 can be written as 4 into 2. If I take 4 outside of the root, square root, it will become 2. Do we understand this, Jahangir? 1, 2 will
Yes,
remain
sir.
inside, the other 2 will come outside. We understand
Okay.
this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I'll give you time to note this down before getting on with the last question for today. Have you all noted it down? Shall I move on to the next question? I'm ready. Is everyone ready? Please raise hands. Sir, we are ready for the next question. Only Jamuna is ready. What about the others? Yes, we are
Yes,
ready.
sir.
I'm getting thumbs ups and thumbs and limka. So here comes the next question. A challenge to all of you. Last question. If you can do this, that means you can do all the questions that we have done in this class. Remember, in my class, the last question. If you can just do the last question, that means you have understood the entire concept and you can do all the questions that has been previously done. Challenge for you. The question is x square minus 8x plus 16 is equal to 0. It might require some calculation, might require some precise work. The baton passes on to you. I'm confident that all of you would be able to do this. Your time starts now. I am starting to get answers. That is great. 4 and 4. Equal roots. Wow. Sophia, you cannot get one answer, beta. It's a quadratic equation, bacha. Last class, remember, I told you something about quadratic equations. Bhavani, you cannot get one answer. Bhavani, you cannot get one answer. Yes, 4 and 4 should get two answers. Even if you get one, you have to write it twice because those are equal roots. Equal roots. Sophia, that is correct. So things are moving very fast. Varshita, well done. Ram, well done. Everyone is getting answers quickly. What about the others? Wake up, wake up. Jyoti, Yamuna. Yamuna has given me the answer, I think. Saket, 4 by 2 and 4. 8 by 2 and 4. Saket, 8 by 2 is 4. Sudha, Sri, everyone. Wake up. Kalyan has woken up. Zaid, Saifuddin, Jahangir. Wake up. Banu, Kaushik, Jhansi, Surya, Bhumika. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Okay. Now, who is going to help me in solving this question? Please raise hands. Who will help me in solving this question? Again, Vivek is always ready. But again, I would like to give someone else the chance to help me
Sir,
in
I will
solving.
help, sir.
Yes, beta.
Sir.
Who are you? I mean, who is this?
Sri Bhargav.
Yes, Shri. Okay, so Shri will help me in solving this question. Start, beta. How to solve this? This is the question.
Sir, A equal to 1, sir.
We compare the value. A is equal to 1. Okay.
B equal to minus 8, sir.
B equal to minus 8. This is
C
B.
equal to 16, sir.
C is equal to 16. This is
We
C.
have to substitute in formula, sir. Minus B plus or minus root over B square minus 4AC by 2A.
Minus B plus or minus root over B square minus 4AC divided by 2A. That is correct. Let me put the values.
Yes, sir.
Minus of
X equal to
minus 8. Yes.
minus of minus 8 plus or minus root over minus
Minus
8 whole square minus 4 into 1 into 16.
4 into 1 into 16 divided by.
2 into 1, sir.
What is the next step?
8 plus or minus root over 64 minus 64.
64 minus 64. So we have something coming.
2.
This becomes 0, right?
0, sir. Yes.
So I have only one thing left. X is equal to plus 8
Plus
divided
8,
by 2.
2
It becomes plus
equal
4.
to 4.
But I cannot give one answer. I cannot give one answer. So the answer is 4, 4. In such cases, we say that this equation has equal roots. Do we understand this?
Yes, sir.
Please raise hands. All students, please tell me that you understand this beta. I only get one answer. Very surprising. I get only one answer, but I will call it as two answers because a quadratic equation cannot have one answer. Do we understand this? Yes, everyone seems to understand this. Great. I'm lowering all hands. Does anyone have any doubt on this? Please raise
Hello?
hand if you have
Yes,
any
sir.
doubt. Yes, beta. Who has doubt? Vivek,
Sir,
tell me.
yes, sir. Sir, there is given 0 na sir. We have to do with 0 both na sir. 2 times we have to do na sir. That time we have to get na sir.
Yes, plus or minus 0. So one answer you'll get by plus 0. The other answer you get by minus 0. So 8 plus 0 by 2. 8 minus 0 by 2. You end up with 4 and 4. Do you
Sir,
understand this?
0 only na sir.
Yeah, beta?
Root 0 only na sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So everyone understands this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If anyone has any doubt, please raise hands so that I can come to you. Else I will wind up this class with one last thing that I got to do. So we all understand this. Then I move to the last part
Yes, sir.
of this and I will want you to note down an important point here. And the important point here is this. We might be requiring this, so you will note it down in your sheet. And this is the point that I wanted to tell you. What is the point? If alpha and beta are the roots of the equation, by alpha is a Greek term, we mean x1, and by beta we mean x2. So if you don't want to write alpha and beta, you can write it as x1 and x2. Do we understand this, bacha? So x1 plus x2, the sum of the roots will come as minus b by a. B is the coefficient of x, a is the coefficient of x square. So x1 plus x2 will be minus b by a, and x1 multiplied by x2 will be c by a. This is one information that you will have to remember. Can you remember it for me, bacha?
Yes, sir.
Please note it down. Bold letters, big letters. Bold letters and big letters. What will you note down? The sum of the roots, x1 plus x2, big letters. You will be requiring this sometimes in the class, in the physics class. The sum of the roots, x1 plus x2 is minus b by a. The product of the root, x1 into x2 is c by a. What I would request you now is when you go back home, we have solved 3 or 4 equations. You add the value of x1 and x2 and find out how much it comes. You find the value of b by a minus b by a and find out how much it comes, and see whether x1 plus x2 is coming as minus b by a. You again multiply x1 and x2 and see if it is coming as c by a. Can you do that for me, everyone? Please raise hands and tell me that, sir, we'll do this. We'll try this exercise. We will find out the answer for all the questions that we have done. We will add those two answers and find out whether they are equal to minus b by a or not. Only 5 people will do this. What about the rest? Sudha, Sri, Saket, Ram, Jahangir, Zaid, Kaushik, will you all do this? At the same time, multiply those roots and find out the answers and find out whether multiplication of roots is equal to c by a. Find out where the addition of roots is equal to minus b by a. Okay. On that note, I will wind off this class for today. A quick recap of what we have done in this class. What have we done in this class? We have seen the general form of quadratic equation, ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. We have seen that a quadratic equation has 2 roots, 2 solutions, minus b plus or minus. One solution comes from plus, the other one comes from minus. Root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. You will find more questions in your 9th or 10th test book of maths. You can solve those questions. The only thing that we need to do right now is to solve the quadratic equation, nothing else. And see if x1 plus x2 comes as minus b by a and x1 multiplied by x2, does it come as c by a? That is the only thing that you need to do now. The next class, we'll move on with the next topic, and the next topic is going to be very interesting. It is going to be probably trigonometry. So we will go ahead with trigonometry in the next class. If you know anything about trigonometry, I would request you to read it so that it becomes easy. Till then, till the next class, I'll see you there. I hope you have loved this class. If you have any doubts, you can always come up to me. Take care and have a nice day, beta. Everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir. Have a nice day, sir.
Bye, bacha. Take care.
Thank you.
Anyone who did not understand, please ask.
Hello, sir.